Hello and welcome to what I'm going to say is my favorite build, and it is basically the New Year 2024 Warzone, aka 3. It's 2.3 is what I'm calling it, but it's really version 3, not officially. And I got some great stuff for you guys. I'm telling you, I've been dominating. I don't consider myself the greatest player ever, but with this build, I feel like the greatest player ever. Just to be honest with you guys, that's how we doing it. I'm going to break it down very quickly. You might think you know better, but you gotta wait until you see the attachments. There's tweaks I can make on this and I can explain it in detail. It's gonna help you because there's different play styles, and don't just look real quick, take a screenshot, and then you're done. Okay, don't do that because you're gonna miss out on some secret tips and tricks. Okay, we got the attack radicator as my primary. This thing is long range, medium range, close range, out of range, auto range, in range, out range, space, Mars. It's just incredible. The reason why I love this gun specifically, the first 7 to 8 shots, I haven't done the exact numbers, about 7 to 8 shots that actually do rapid fire just like a submachine gun. It's just as fast as any submachine gun that I could shoot. Basically, from what I felt, it pretty much dominates. Okay, I love it for that, and I'm gonna go into it before we talk about the attachments and get into it. Like, just watch the speed on this. All right, that's the beginning, but it slows down after that. But it only slows down for literally like a minute and a half. I mean, a second and a half. So I can do that again. You see, I get that rapid fire. So think about it, right? You're not always shooting. You might shoot one guy, you might shoot another guy, you might shoot this guy. You can see it slows down the speed a little bit, but it's still very fast. But I've been noticing that I'm downing a guy, I'm getting around, shooting the second guy, and I still have that rapid fire. I can continue doing that, having that rapid fire after a second and a half. It's incredible. So utilizing it without knowing it, you're behind cover, putting on an extra plate, you come back out, you fire your rapid fire, you know, you go and you switch weapons, you reload that one. By the time you get back to this one, it has that rapid fire. So that's why I like the Eradicator. I'm hoping the devs don't nerf this. This gun isn't broken, okay? It isn't broken, so don't believe the hype when people, every gun is broken. Like, y'all gotta stop with that silly stuff. But this is the setup that I have right now. There are things I can tweak. I was thinking about rocking a 45 to try to turn it into a submachine gun-ish, kind of a little more faster pace with my movement and things like that. We might do that today. I am live on streams when I'm recording these videos, but we'll see. But we're gonna start off with one important tip, right? You don't have to have a suppressor on. I play solo, and when I'm with a squad, I still kind of separate and I like to flank. It's a fun way to play. It's kind of stealthy almost. So having a suppressor is incredibly good for that playstyle. You actually are better off not having a suppressor, creating a whole second version of this with some great muzzles and abilities to focus on damage, on recoil, and things like that. There's a bunch of good ones here, and I still haven't unlocked all of them. As we can see, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but there's plenty of good ones in here that you can focus on. For example, the horizontal, vertical, and the gun kick. This is incredible. Okay, so if I wanted to get in there, that's usually one that I like to look into. There's plenty of them in here that you can do. Okay, but we're not going to go into all of that. We're going to talk about what I've been doing. And so this bad boy right here is the VT7 Spitfire suppressor. Okay, then secondly, the Conquer 70 long barrel. Why do I rock this? Well, guess what? I just want more velocity. All right, I want to be able to hit those long range shots, feel like I'm zooming when I do shoot. And then of course the Brune heavy support. The reason I use this is the recoil control, whether it's the kick, and all of those things are critically important. All right, this isn't my primary. This is the one I pull out a lot while I'm in a roof, while I'm running around. I'll do it. I do have a submachine gun that I'm doing ADS speed, which is focused for that. You can turn this into an ADS build, which we'll talk about right after I finish showcasing why I have this. A little more gun control and recoil control, gun kick control, and this is basically just straightforward, nothing too crazy. And we're gonna go with the last piece, of course, again, more gun control. We just want to have steady aim. We want to be consistent with our shots. This thing is an LMG, but it feels like a smooth, one of the smoothest guns in the game. If I was to tweak it, like I said, I'm changing the muzzle. I'm going to start turning all this for ADS focused, and I'm going to turn it somewhat into a sub, and I'm going to grab the 45 rounds. Okay, you can kill 2 or more players with this weapon if you hit your shots. All right, I have 75 on this thing. I can kill 2 teams with that. But with this, a 45, you're getting faster movement, faster ADS, sprint to fire. You're getting quicker reloads. It's incredible. We're going to make a build just for that and probably update this with a different version running gun style. But that is the attack radicator. I use this sometimes as a primary because I love the weapon so much. When I need to just travel and rotate, I like having a sub. I'm going with the swarm right now for the 100 mags. I'm basically abusive with this thing. I basically get into a room and I'm trying to wipe the whole team. I put on the 100 mags. This is unnecessary, all right? 50 is more than enough to dominate, okay? You're gonna get a little more speed, a little more ability there, but it's nothing crazy. You're not punished so bad. So personally, that's what I do. I don't have a suppressor on this. Why? Because this is in the moment. This is only when it's close range. When it's getting heated, I'll put this on, okay? So that's my thinking process, and that's what how I like to do close range submachine guns. Again, putting a silencer on these things when you're trying to sneak around and not get seen on the map is very critical, especially if you're doing solos or anything like that. But my idea with this is to be a support role for teammates, friends, and things like that. Of course, the Brune heavy support, again, just controlling the gun, being able to hit. And then, of course, the no stock. I just wanted a little more ADS speed, movement speed, all of those good things that help this gun. You do not need a sight. I just like it. It's convenient. All right. If you're smart, you could throw something else on, which would be a barrel or a rear grip. There are another iteration of this gun, which I'm not going to put on right now, but there's a bunch of different iterations, just like I talked about the previous gun, where you can alter it depending on how you want to play. So if I was going to run and gun, I would add even more value to both of these so they can have more movement, and then creating the swarm to have a little more mid-range as well. So there's all of that going on. Now, to finish off the amazing way to run this, and I guess this is for Warzone, of course, smokes. Reason I play with smokes, and this is a preference thing, but smokes are versatile. I can use it to be aggressive. I can use it to be passive and defensive. There's a lot of ways to play, saving teammates, grabbing, buyout stations, being able to buy things from there, and I pretty much use it for everything. There's other ways to play with this playstyle, but that's what I do. And I use the thermites a lot. I love this because I can use it to hold a team off. If I get pushed, I get cracked, I'll throw a thermite to the floor in the doorway of wherever I'm at, and it makes it difficult for the person to come and try to take me out while I'm plating up or doing anything. And it's an escape tool. But if somebody's down and you throw this, you're going to knock them because there's no escape, especially if you stick them with it. But you don't have to. You could basically just throw it to their general area. They'll go down. Their teammate can't revive them. It's a lot of really, really strategic aspects on why I have this. Throwing knives are good, but if you miss your shots, you're done. With a thermite, you have a better survivability. Of course, people will tell you other great devices, which I used to use Simtex a lot. I absolutely love the breacher drones because they're versatile. You can use them in multiple ways. So that's that. And then for the perks, this is important. Pay close attention. All right. Of course, double time, top tier, most important for your movement. And then sleight of hand, strictly for reload speed. Right here, quick fix. The reason I have this here is because I'm going to try to plate up, right? I'm running through the map looking for tempered because I want to be able to have only 2 plates. On top of that, having this makes it so that I'm pretty much unkillable, okay? So the moment I start to put 1 plate, I'm getting way more health than someone who doesn't have quick fix. Quick fix will heal me fast, and then my plate will add more than just 1 plate. It'll add a plate and a half. So I'm almost at maximum health, which is 300, right? So that's top tier, must have, in my opinion, setup the fun way to go and survive a little better. Then I have Bird's Eye. The reason I have Bird's Eye, I'll explain it very carefully, okay? Very simple. Ghost is a great device for people who are trying to hide out. It's the number one, but no. Personally, what I like to do is not rely on perks for that type of thing, because I'm a skilled player. I'm gonna have cover. If I'm depending on this ghost to save me, then there's a problem, right? Secondly, we do, myself included, love high alert, because you can see where someone's aiming at you from. But again, you're not behind cover, you're not playing as strategic as you should. That shouldn't be a tool. Now, Bird's Eye, the reason I love this one, it makes your whole team better, because when you use a UAV, you're scanning faster. So it's 1, 2, 3 over and over and over and over, and it's showing the direction of the enemies as well, my teammates. Okay, on top of that, if you are using ghosts, this eliminates ghosts, so it basically kills off ghosts, so you can't hide from me if I pop a UAV. I'm not saying for everybody on your team to have one, but you need at least one guy to do it, so that when he does pop his UAVs, he's good to go. And that is why that's my best setup right here. This is my favorite right now for the new year. I'm gonna upload this for tomorrow. I'm gonna put this up right away so that everybody can see and know what's going on. This is my personal pick as the best in the game. Of course, there are tweaks, like I said, changing a lot of different things in here. I would turn the Tac Eradicator into a sub style of weapons, where I would take off the suppressor and add a muzzle for faster movement, faster ADS speed and things like that. And the same thing with all of these, okay, converting it into something special. But there you go. That is the best build right now, in my opinion. Most versatile, very useful when you're running and gunning out there in the war zone to get yourself some wins. All right, enjoy it. We do have other videos showing you guys breakdowns on how to win more, showing you breakdowns on settings, and so much more on the channel. Go check it out. Appreciate you guys.